Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Roll20 Presents. Here we go. Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's Gate, Descent into Avernus. I don't know what episode this is. I think we're in like the 20-something now.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares?
Every episode is 666.
Nice, I like that. Welcome to episode 666. You're going to be here forever. Thank you for joining us from whatever plague-ridden hovel that you are currently in and taking a vacation with us. To hell, which is
Adam,
weirdly more comfortable.
The point is the hovels are not plague-ridden, and everything else is.
I mean, the outside
you
can
keep
be
the
plague-ridden.
plague inside. Yeah, the plague
Yeah, it's both.
This is
This
the
is
apocalypse.
my
Everything else is
disgusting.
bad. We're fine. That's how it works.
I built a concrete bunker in my garden, and that's where I'm streaming from. It's the green screen. It's awful. It's just a sheet of concrete.
I'm
Well, you've good
streaming.
acoustics. So.
I'm streaming from like a 10 by 10 square that Tom Nook gave me.
Jesus Christ.
He says that if I give him 200,000 bells, whatever that is, I'll make it bigger. So, considering that, honestly,
It's a 0% interest loan. You will not ever get a mortgage like that.
Right. But it's not like
Video
I mean,
games
you were
are all about escaping reality.
you were coerced
honestly, when
into
he was
that
like,
loan.
"You've paid off
so-
your loan," I was just like, "Holy shit, I've never done this before."
I don't know. Everyone gives him a hard time that he invented a magic currency
Does
to pay
anyone-
off your house that is
Okay.
just playing on an island, making friends.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, pretty good.
but does anybody else think that Animal Crossing is really creepy? Because I do.
I think aspects of it
I
are
think it
certainly
is
creepy.
purgatory. I think it is purgatory. It is
Is it
just
like Lost?
it is like the never-ending list of tasks to pay a debt you didn't ask for. It's the Sisyphean pushing of a
You know what,
boulder
though?
up a mountain.
did.
That
Oh
being
my
said,
God,
I think though, be it purgatory or otherwise, I think we're in the clear because didn't the Pope just say that religion doesn't count anymore? I think I remember reading him say that.
Yes.
There was a
I
tweet.
mean, he
there
said
was
that
like,
you don't. Yeah, you don't.
he's
need
like, you don't have to go to
Mary.
church to commune with God, and I'm like, that's Protestantism,
say-
Pope.
So the religion is canceled, but the spiritual belief is not.
Yeah, I
Because
feel
you're
like
still communing with
Yeah.
God.
I feel like if you
You
went back
still
in
originally
time,
sinned.
if you went back in time and you told Martin Luther that, you're like, hey, Martin Luther, in the year 2020, the Pope is going to say this. Martin Luther would be like, seriously? After all of that? He just is like, don't worry about it.
Go back in time, talk to Martin Luther. Yeah, that's the first thing I would do.
I just realized the thing I just ranted about Animal Crossing applies to all video games.
Yes,
so.
that's true. Taking on strange tasks.
you're
in
welcome.
My
repetitive
favorite
behavior.
thing though is I keep seeing people like just abbreviating Animal Crossing to AC, and then I keep being
Assassin's
like, this is
Creed.
like a really weird Assassin's Creed game
Yeah.
that just came out. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Assassin's
So
Creed.
confusing.
The only thing that comes into my mind, like, because I've never played an Animal Crossing game, I have no desire to do so. But I read a Let's Play like a million years ago, and it devolved
Back when
from regular
Let's Plays
Animal.
were
Yeah,
written?
Yeah.
back when they were written, and it devolved from regular Animal Crossing playing to like Tom Nook is an evil villain, like holding people against their will and like eating the villagers. You know, like they go when they leave, they're actually being eaten by Tom.
Oh,
So, like,
what?
it was crazy. I was like,
Terrifying.
what is this?
So I'm going to just go ahead and say that probably reading that has skewed your opinion of Animal Crossing at a formative
love it.
time.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah. So, right. Animal Farm Crossing. Exactly.
Look it up. Look up Animal Crossing Let's Play. I'm sure you can still find it.
Well, on that note, this is a thing that folks who are more used to watching shows on YouTube or Twitch or who have like listened to actual play podcasts. It used to be that people would post like game reports online. I remember some of my first exposure to Dungeons and Dragons was like pages and pages of text about some people's Greyhawk game. And I still remember it, but that was my first actual play.
Yeah,
was
it's
just
really
this
cool.
Massively long website just explaining all the dumb
Back when
shit
you
that they
could
were getting
write
up to.
something about a game and people might read it.
Or you just get super lucky and your name is R.A. Salvatore and they just
That's right.
publish them.
And they
Yeah.
just publish.
Yeah. Well,
Now
but
they're
that's
books.
the thing. Like it's been proven tons of times that fan art and fan fiction is actually a very legitimate way of getting into the business that you're interested in, right? Like I love it when I see, and as much as I and probably most people on Earth have bad opinions about 50 Shades of Grey, good on that woman for turning her fanfic into a business. Like, that is impressive. I've never made a movie, so...
When you can turn your erotic fanfiction into a multi-million-dollar franchise, you're good to go.
Right, exactly. And it's like the art itself might not be to my liking, but she's not arguing with her bank account, so
I mean, it has done significant detriment to people's opinions of certain, groups and activities. But
it's true.
It's just
well, but that's the thing, right? Is that I'm pretty sure that that's not what she was thinking about. But it's one of those things. Like I don't know, I love it. I love seeing fan artists get jobs doing like making comics or doing like 3D animation stuff. Where it's like, it was really hard for me to get this job because my portfolio is just all erotic furry art, but it's good erotic furry art, and that's what matters.
That's what happened.
The old artists.
Furries have money.
Yeah, right.
One of my favorite Final Fantasy VII fanfic authors ended up getting a job that I was like, yeah, that's awesome, but are you going to finish the fic? And they never did. Never came back to it. That's sad.
Man, I hate it when people start something and they don't finish it.
Yeah, we've never done that.
The worst.
Just the worst. Just how could you do that to people? Why? You got to finish what you start.
Yeah, you can't just stop and move on to something new. And when it comes, that's wrong.
Yep.
I remember there was this tweet going around where this woman was like 10 years, like she took a picture in front of the Pixar thing and she was like, I want to work here. And then 10 years later, she was like, first day on the job. And it was really sweet.
That stuff is so good. Like the actor that's playing Shang-Chi, that like, hey, Marvel, what's up? And then a year later, he's like, hi, I'm in the movie now.
I did it.
There was this one guy I know who like really likes Dune and role-playing games, and he reached out to someone and was like, hey, we should make a Dune role-playing game. I should be involved in that. And then like a year later or whatever, there was the tweet of like, I'm writing the GM chapter for Dune, and that was really cool.
This guy sounds like a real dork, and if I ever meet him, I'm gonna give him a wedgie and shove him in a locker. That's what he deserves.
I want to watch someone giving themselves a wedgie.
I mean, I feel like
you can do it. I mean, women do it all the time every day.
The leverage is, you'd have to.
You gotta like.
My arms aren't long enough.
Yeah, it's the arms getting there.
And pulley system.
You have to hook it up and then pull.
Start over your shoulders.
Have all of you never worn a thong? I just don't understand.
No.
It's really easy to give yourself a wedgie, and women do it all the time voluntarily.
I mean, I guess my underwear like can.
Yeah,
but that's not the same thing.
That's not mechanically the same.
The wedgie is you grab the underwear and you yank up as hard as you can, and that's not the same. So like I don't think it would be very difficult. It'd be a very impressive feat to be able to wedge yourself.
Are you allowed to use like props for a system, right? Like can I get
like
an umbrella or a cane,
like a back scratcher?
I can totally do it.
I guess you could also go like to a window, like a second story window, and you could hook your underwear on the edge, and you could jump off the.
Don't do that.
You get like a
first story window. I was like pulling a tooth, but tying string.
I'm just thinking, get one of those back scratchers that has the tiny hand on it.
Yeah, just like.
So we had originally discussed before this episode of just spending the whole episode taking turns beating the crap out of Lulu.
Yeah.
But she's kind of important to the adventure. So instead, should we find out if you die to these ghosts?
I was going to say, instead of beating the crap out of Lulu, let's take the time to see if we're all dead and need to roll new characters. That would take up a lot of good show time.
Oh, yeah.
You can't kill our characters now. We're all emotionally fragile.
That's right. Yeah. No one is allowed to die now.
I mean, sometimes
I'm made of stone.
Sometimes when people are emotionally fragile, what they want to do is like rip and tear everything apart and punch things and like ruin a printer with a.
It's true. If I can be sad about my fictional character,
it's like when you cut all your hair off.
Not be sad about the world.
Emotionally fragile.
Yeah, just invest all of your feelings into an external object and then burn it down.
And then burn it. Yeah.
And then you too can be stone-hearted like Elf.
I only have 10. I only have 10 HP. Yeah, that's what happened. I split my soul into a phylactery, and that has all of my feelings in it. And then I am just anger and saltiness left over. This is just like the wraith of my existence.
Yeah. Yeah.
I eat a lot of spicy, salty things. I think that anger and saltiness go well together.
I agree. Why do you think I left them alone without all the other crap?
I have excised my weakness and become only salt now.
I am become pile of salt.
Yep, salt golem.
You know,
It's good stuff.
I heard if you stay in the
Distilled
sun
yourself.
long enough, you know, all that's left will be the salt, right?
It's
Like,
true.
Is that
evaporate.
called mummification?
I wonder how long it takes. Like, if I just like walked out into the desert and died, how long would it take for me to completely dessicate until
A
I was
long
just like
time.
dust and
How
bones?
dry is
I
the
feel like a
desert?
while. It really depends on like the
Mhm.
situation. Like if there's any kind of like if you're in the desert, there's probably not rain, but like some desert cultures, like it actually preserves your body if you're in
You
a
know-
certain
Yeah,
situation.
You know what's a
less
cool desert
about
culture?
rain and moisture. What?
The Fremen.
Great.
Yeah, walk without rhythm.
If I could, I would come and give you a wedgie.
Well, I'm glad that the maple curtain is separating me from you, and that my government is protecting me from the-
Government resistance to wedgies.
That's right. That's right. You can't
That's what
give
it's
me a
been the
wedgie
whole time.
because
Justin Trudeau.
Justin
stop
Trudeau
you.
is protecting me.
Oh my god. So I was listening to one of those like stupid announcements and like I avoid most references to the American president, but I was listening to one of Justin Trudeau's announcements and he said like out loud President Trump and I was just like that sounds
It
so
still sounds weird all
That's
these years
insane.
later. Yeah.
I have because
Okay.
I've avoided those two words together. I've
If
just
you ever want to
avoided
see,
listening to them
if
and
you
just
ever want to
hearing
see
it. Real.
awkward Canadian politeness, literally like listen to any speech or read any release that is by a Canadian politician about America right now, because
Yeah.
there's this very like tense, like, so this isn't really our fault. We're trying to do something about it, but we have these neighbors and they're going to beat us up if we don't do what they say.
Yeah.
And we really don't want to make them angry. So we're really sorry, but we have to arrest the CEO of this Chinese
The
company
like,
and put
the
her in
like
jail for 2 years.
the tentativeness is like great. Yeah.
We're very nervous up here.
Very
and so
sorry.
the curtain's up now. So
At least the curtain's very sweet.
that's true. It's very polite. You come to the border and they're like, you're gonna
That
have
would
to
be
turn.
the best.
You're gonna have to
that
turn
would be
around
the
and go
best
back
time.
home, eh? Sorry about that.
They also give you I've heard they give you a cool kit though.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
They give
If
you a present. They give
yeah.
you a present and then they send you away.
If you do have to make that trip, the Canadian government will give you a little like please don't die package, including like a mask
So
and some other
sweet.
stuff. So
That's really nice.
Please
Yeah.
don't die package.
mhm.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
Like the opposite
More than
package.
once.
You know, it's got everything you need. It's got a mask, it's got hand sanitizer, it's got toilet paper.
Unfortunately
maple syrup.
unfortunately for all of you, the only things that I have in my package are undead trees and definitely not banshees. They're dryad spirits.
Definitely
They're
not
not banshees. They're just angry ghosts that scream a lot that used to be elves.
I feel like I want to run that sentence back and say it back to you and see how you
Well, I heard it.
feel
Yeah.
about. Yeah. Okay. Good.
So you have basically 2 turns here, my friends, before the dryad spirits get to go again. Now they've all done their horrible
all
scream.
yelled.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
you're not in particularly good shape. Everybody's like below half hit points right now, I think,
Yeah.
except for
Not me.
maybe November.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I embrace death.
Okay, good. So Bryn and Sosrovo, you'll get a chance to go. Two of the spirits have been fairly badly pummeled. The
Yeah.
top 2.
Yeah.
And then they'll get to go. And then November and the tree's a little ways off. We've just gone on the tree's turn. So
Which
hope is
2
that I
of
can-
the spirits have we hit before?
well, so you can't see either of those. You can kind
Okay,
of
sorry.
barely make out this top one, but there's a big
Yeah.
wall between you. Yeah, the
It's
other
just
thing
been enough
for
time that I
folks,
don't remember.
for folks watching at home, the players are very limited in what they can see right now because this battle is taking place in the middle of a maze, and the maze is made out of undead trees, and the trees are attacking people. So it's a whole thing. So either Bryn or Sosrovo, you can go in
And
whichever order
presumably-
you like.
Presumably, there is
Up to
some
you.
other tree or something that is summoned to these other trees because
Yeah.
we heard something
Mhm.
making
Yes.
a big old ruckus.
My theory plan is to try and take out the ghost that is nearest me because that seems like a bigger threat than the tree. So rather than heal, that's what I'm gonna do.
sounds
Okay.
good.
I mean, if you can get rid of that spirit, I go before the tree so I can reach around.
Who's
do a
got
reach
fire
around
spells?
heal, just that
Do a
reach.
little-
Yeah.
A little reach around tap.
Actually,
yeah.
God,
I
can
love
that's really
everyone,
mean.
can everyone please just stop saying reach around?
No, I'm pretty sure that's what it is though. So
I mean, it's just I'll take and I'll just like reach, just like around.
Yeah, you gotta reach around that like thing.
You have to have the goddamn
the clasp,
common
yeah.
courtesy.
Cool.
I believe
I'm gonna
is the-
smack it with my mace.
Yeah, let's play Dungeons and Dragons. All right, so Bryn, it is your turn.
I
Please,
will
what would you
stand
like to
up.
do? Okay.
I will stand up and then I will hit it with my mace.
All right, because you were
Don't
recently
miss.
deceased.
I
Yes.
said,
Okay.
I got an
don't
11.
miss.
I believe that is a miss.
An 11, and you're attacking the. Oh, yes.
Oh,
it
yes.
is.
I
Okay.
used my spirit totem and it's still up. Okay. I just
Well,
want to
I
It is a
have
miss. You have a second attack,
so
though.
I will hit it again. This time, hopefully.
One
Hey,
24.
there it is.
I am
Okay.
going to expend a smite.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a level 1 spell slot. I'm really hoping it's low enough that this will be enough. All right.
Probably got like
Let's go.
3 hit points.
For 23 damage.
It has fewer than 23 hit points and is
Oh, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
dissipated.
Yeah.
So you swing your mace through, glowing with radiant energy, and it tears the creature apart. And with one last pitiful shriek, it evaporates
right.
into space, into the
Not
ambience
one of
of
them.
L.
I,
So you've still got a
Fuck
move
you.
and a bonus
Yeah.
action if there's anything else you want to do.
I'm trying to think. I have Shield of Faith as a bonus action. Does anyone want a +2 to their AC?
You probably do.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. It would, but it would burn my last smite slot.
I would
which
keep your
smite's
I would
better.
keep your
Yeah.
smite slot. There's still like a lot going on, and like I have 18. You have what, like 20?
Just don't get hit.
Um,
It's like playing Dark Souls. Doesn't matter how
You know
many
what I
hit points
haven't
you've
done
got.
though? I haven't
Never
turned
put
the
any info.
unholy.
That's
I
true.
can make that. I can make.
No,
run
we
away for us,
went
which-
through this. They're
No,
gonna.
no, they wouldn't be gone
incorporate
though,
you.
but it would buy us some time to heal.
I have healing next turn. I have
Yeah,
my
okay,
heal
then that was it's
like
also
8
it's an
extra
action, so
HP per turn. Just
That's
like
true. All right,
one
I'm
tip.
done.
Okay.
Pass turn.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
So
We'll give you more turns to get us back up.
having dispelled the ghost with your mace, we cut over to on the other side of the wall, and I think these walls are porous enough that inside the sanctum you can hear the sounds of battle if you're adjacent to somebody on the other side. So Sorovo, you can hear Bryn and Lulu on the other side of this wall fighting against the ghost. We cut over to you. You and Sathra standing next to each other, and there is one more Dryad spirit there. What would you like to do?
I agree with all of that, except the fact that she hit the ghost with a mace means that all the sound it would be would just be like,
Yeah,
it should be gone.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna fucking magic missile this ghost. Screw
Hell
you,
yeah.
ghost. Kill your
Piss
ass.
off, ghost.
Piss off, ghost.
Okay.
Death dealing dart.
And as we've rolled, you can do. I mean, I guess it sort of doesn't. So normally you'd be able to choose and fire your missiles like one at a time, right? But you don't have any other targets, and you can't
Don't have any
move in the
targets.
middle of a magic missile spell. You summon
No.
all of them and then throw them.
It's already generous to let me
I mean, I don't mind. I think it's fine.
So I'm gonna. This thing's taken so much damage. We're just gonna do a level 2 one, I think.
Yeah, we've hit
That's
it a
4
lot.
dots.
Yep, this one's been pretty.
Pew, 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 pew.
Hmm.
5,
Mhm.
9, 12.
All right. This ghost is indeed dispelled as well. So
Shoot.
another shriek, pitch bent slightly to indicate that it's a different ghost, destroys this spirit, and it dissipates back into the ether. The ghost next to you, November, at these sounds, you can see that it's making her like more and more angry as the other ghosts are being
Good.
destroyed. She's like tearing at her hair and shrieking in rage.
I've never wanted to upset a banshee more.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I'm really happy about how upset she is in her turns next. That's
I
my
mean-
favorite.
The great thing about banshees, though, is that they start really upset, so there really isn't like a whole.
Yeah, there's no
They're
chill
They're
if you're a
already
banshee.
really close.
Like the ceiling is already reached. You know, they
Mhm.
scream and you die. So
I don't know. I feel like Sylvanas got more and more angry.
yeah, but she's not a banshee. She's a badly written
Yeah, she
character from
is.
Warcraft.
Okay, so you dispel that one. You've moved. Do you want to move any other things? Do any bonus actions?
No. Now that I'm here and it can see me, I regret everything because if I move back, it'll probably hit me. Actually, no, it won't, because I've got a wall.
Yes, there's that wall there. So this tree can't.
Yeah, but I know
Get
that
at
it's
you.
there now. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
threatening. It's definitely threatening Sathra, but it's not. Yeah, it can't get it.
There's a tree around the corner.
Okay, all right. The remaining Dryad Spirit, having used up its big shrieky attack, is going to attack November.
Hopefully I
Yes.
don't die before.
I get a 20.
Yeah, you hit.
You take 8 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Dare you?
I can't see the thing. I guess you're technically within 5 feet of me.
Yeah, but how does that
Mhm.
work? Do you have to be able to see the attack?
It doesn't
think
say
you
that I
do.
have to.
I mean, the thing is that there's a wall right there and there's a tree.
Yeah, I
right
think-
there.
Oh yeah,
I
you're not.
I
Yeah,
think I'm blocked.
yeah.
If I
This
was in
this
square, I
corner.
could-
Yeah, this corner is
Yeah, that's
causing
kinda what I
trouble.
was
Yeah.
thinking.
Okay, so you take 8 necrotic. The Dryad Spirit lunges for you, November, and I think she just puts both hands like right into your chest. Right, just goes right into you, and you feel this awful chill spread out from where she's touching you. And she's snarling and shrieking.
Even more chilly.
And November, it is your turn.
So I got this ghost claws in my chest, but instead of, I don't know, hitting her, I'm gonna assume that someone else is gonna come around and hit her because I have to make sure that the people that just passed out don't pass out again.
Mhm.
So I'm going to I think that the front of my body is facing this Dryad Spirit that's like
Mhm.
currently attacking me, but then I like reach one of my hands back, like maybe I don't know if she's left or right-handed, maybe the one that doesn't have a shield on it, and I like reach over to Bryn and I'm just like, here, have some healing energy, okay. And I'm going to I don't have a ton of juice, but I could do another level 3 spell, I think, just because you're a tanky lady.
Be real great.
So that's 24, and then everyone else gets 8, and you also get 8.
Nice.
So
Very
24
nice.
plus 8,
Ugh,
and
so
then
good.
everyone else gets 8.
I feel so much better. I am ready to protect.
Good.
Once again.
And then still like just ghost in the chest. Yeah.
God.
Not
Do you
great.
remember when we did the last campaign and we had no AoE and no healing?
I do remember that.
No, Dave, I don't remember that.
No, we had healing. but
Excuse
our
me.
healing was
4 zombies
contingent on
are
us.
AoE. Like, what are you talking
Are
about?
you November? Are you done your turn?
got
So
a
that's my main
fireball.
action. I don't think I have any bonus action cantrips. I don't. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me.
Okay, Sathra.
Okay. Well, there's a banshee here and a tree.
Excuse me, it's a Dryad Spirit.
I don't give a shit.
She's very upset at that. Though, ironically, here let me show you the Dryad Spirit handout.
Does
Just
it say banshee
go
on
ahead
it?
and
'Cause
just-
I bet to fuck it does.
It's a Dryad Spirit,
It says
not a Banshee.
banshee.
Hashtag not a Banshee. It's a
How is
Dryad
it?
Spirit. Refer to it correctly, please.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Lulu technically does get to go first.
Okay.
She does shit all.
I
Okay.
guess Lulu's gonna move slightly.
Did Lulu
so
get the HP too?
she floats over. How many did she get? What's
8.
the bonus? 8.
Everyone gets 8.
All right, so she floats over your head, Bryn, next to you, and then starts headbutting this tree. Actually, she's got her cone, so she'll use one of her trumpets. She'll use trumpet of blasting. No, trumpet of sparkles. Sparkles is better. Okay, so she takes a big deep breath and blasts this tree. I believe the tree is evil.
I believe the tree is evil.
Wait, hold.
That-
This can't be true. Chad, you're looking at what I'm looking at. So undead tree, huge undead, chaotic good.
Undead?
I mean, but
But why though?
That-
In hell?
but I can't. That
Just change it.
can't be right. That
It's been
has
in
to
hell
be a
long enough.
mistake.
It's gonna.
Adam, you have to play it as it lies. Adam.
No.
I think
He's
it's. I think,
blasting.
yeah, I think it's just a. I think it's a modified stat of the
I'm
other thing. I think it's just a
I'm
regular animated tree. I think it's a mistake. I'm gonna assume
I'm just being shitty.
this is a hell of an evil tree. I think it's a copy paste error. Yeah. So, Okay, so it does have disadvantage on this roll because it's an evil tree, not a good tree. I mean, I guess if you tried to reason with it might be a good tree, but let's see. It's a Constitution save with disadvantage. I get.
Let's just say the tree's
6.
actions up to this point have turned it evil.
Nice. Okay. And then 48 plus 4 radiant damage. All right. So the interior of the maze is suddenly illuminated with sparkling magical energy as Lulu hoses down the side of the tree with radiant energy. And I think that is Lulu's turn. Okay. So Sathra, now you can take your turn. So you shift out into the hall.
I need to know if this tree is actually taking up this square. Is it in this square? Like, can I move into this square or can I not?
Like, technically, I put them here just to show you kind of where they are. But I think technically, like, it's actually this part of the wall, right? It's like, because the wall is attacking you. So
I'm just trying to get to the bench.
I think it's reasonable for you to be able to move into this area and out of it. It's still threatened and everything, but
of course,
yeah,
I'm still threatened already. So
I think that's fine. You're still moving around within the threatened area.
All right, so I'm gonna greatsword this bench.
Yeah, and it's difficult terrain because it's a huge creature. Yeah, perfect.
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so you're moving as you're moving. You're ducking and jumping over branches that are lunging for you. Bloody sap dripping from them. You dodge them easily and get up around the corner, and that's when you see November with a dryad grabbing onto her.
Incoming packed greatsword.
Okay.
13.
That is a hit. Yep.
Sick. 14 damage.
Very nice.
And then a second attack. 23 for 15 damage.
Nice work.
Okay, and this is just slashing damage?
Yeah, it's magical slashing.
Sure, yeah, but it's still just slashing. Okay, perfect. Yep. Okay. Cool.
That's what I got.
All right. So each of the trees gets to make an attack. Let's see. One of the trees attacks Bryn. So Bryn, here comes
Fair enough.
Slam attack on you. I got a 29.
Yes, that hits.
Hits you so hard, it's like this character's from a different game. So you take 17 bludgeoning as a big trunk comes swinging in, slams into your chest, and then
the healing earlier.
And then Sathra, one on you.
Yep, bring it on.
And I get a 19.
That is enough.
Okay, 15 damage for Sathra.
Ooh.
That's close, eh?
Yeah, real close.
Nice. Okay, all right. So the trees are done, which means Bryn and Sosorovo, it is either of your turns.
Here's the question.
Yeah.
If we try and light these trees on fire, will they light the rest of the bone brambles on fire? Because I
Yes.
think that Red Ruth would be mad about that.
If you attempt to light these trees on fire, there is a pretty good chance that the entire bramble will burst into flames.
Redoing my plan for the
Don't do it.
Yes, Red Ruth would not be very happy about that. So,
Kill
Bryn
her too.
or Sosorovo, whichever.
Oh, I mean, there's a tree here. I don't really know. I feel like because I couldn't really see where Sathra was going. Can I stand in that square?
Yes, you may. It's difficult terrain, but you can just get in there.
Because I can't see. Well, cool. So Bryn's like, "What's going on?" And like steps into the tree square, sees that she's not gonna get to that the spirit, and is like,
yeah. Now you can see. Now you can see this whole little conga line that's happening in here.
And is like, "You got this, Sathra?"
Yes, sure. Like 3 HP out of 49.
Yeah, one of your arms all bent backwards, there's a bone sticking out of it, and you're like, "I'm good."
No problem.
Get to you to heal you is the problem.
I am incredibly lucky. It'll be fine. Everything's fine.
I'm lucky. Okay.
I can't make that true anymore. I've run out.
You've seen all that the future has to offer.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way I can get up to it to protect Sathra in any way. So I think my choice is to hit the tree that is next to me, and then stop November from getting hit. So I'm.
Oh yeah, now you're right up against November, so November is protected. Yeah. Get the tank to protect the healer. Let the DPS do their job. It's good stuff. Okay.
Yeah, attack. Well, I'm not quite in the right spot, but also there's not a good spot.
Yeah, this is a very complex maze of trees and.
So I'm gonna just hit the big tree.
Very complex maze of bad spots.
Get them.
Or should I use some of my healing so that I can tank longer.
The problem is
kill.
they can still hit you.
Kill.
So the trees,
All right, I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, just to help you do your math, the trees have a +10 to hit.
I'm gonna kill it.
The trees also probably, I'm going to make a guesstimate based on what I know about trees, that they have something like 150 HP or some bull crap like that.
I miss.
Okay.
I miss. With my first attack, I'm going to hit it with my second attack. Get
Can you
26.
do
Don't worry, Elf. The trees are
shot? It's
more
fine.
bark than bite.
I hate
So
Fair.
trees are undead,
I think I just took 5 necrotic damage.
Yeah, smite that tree.
Vicious
I'm going to
mockery.
smite that tree.
Hellish rebuke.
Smite that tree. I'm gonna
Smite that tree.
my
Smite.
last tree, level 2.
Take that tree.
So it'll be this plus another D8.
Ah.
Darn it.
I'm really
That's
looking
okay.
forward to
The yellow or the red 11. Gee. So you do know, Lauren, that dice have more than one number on them, right? That's
No, number 1 is the best number.
They can
it's number
generate
1.
a whole
Okay,
array
can I
of
just-
numbers. That's what they're for.
Lauren just rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 ones in that series of attacks.
I'm really looking forward to rolling out my new character.
Just gonna put this here to remind you.
All right.
of
Well,
it.
I did 18 radiant damage,
Okay.
18 damage total.
18?
I have some great
I
ideas.
hit it once.
All right. The trees.
That is
Interesting.
my turn.
Do you think,
okay, I need to know how much of that was bludgeoning damage.
6.
Okay, so it only takes 3 bludgeoning, and then what's left?
Oh, great.
12?
12
Another
radiant.
Okay, all right.
12
Yeah, I mean, hitting the tree with the mace makes you really wish you had an axe. So yeah, you slam into it, chunks of bark fly everywhere. You get splattered with some sap blood. But yeah, it's still definitely animate, still definitely angry.
Yep.
I would like to make an undead tree for my next
Okay,
character.
yeah, cool, good.
Yeah, we just
If I
take
guess to
over
be an
as the
undead tree,
trees.
might be a
Yeah.
skeleton.
Descend into Avernus now with trees. All right.
Ruth comes back and we're like, this is ours now.
Look at me. I'm the tree now. So Sorovo, it is your turn.
All right. So burning the whole thing would be bad.
Mhm.
What about a targeted fire?
Yeah, so
Like a
so there's
chromatic orb?
basically the way I'm thinking about it mechanically is that if it has like a note in the spell that says it ignites like inanimate objects or whatever, like a fireball would light the place on fire, but a fire bolt wouldn't, because I think it's targeted enough. You're hitting the creature, right? Anything that has like a splash fire effect or a persistent fire effect, or it says in the text. Otherwise, yeah, you're a goddamn wizard. This is what you do. Exactness is your business. So yeah, firebolt, that kind of thing, totally fine.
All right. It's going to be a level 3 chromatic orb in that case. It looks like it might have a bit of cover from me, just because I can only see a tiny bit, and Sathra's kind of in the way.
Yeah.
You could move.
I can't really get to anywhere.
I can't see where you are.
Yeah. If I did that, I'd provoke AOs. I don't want to do that because I don't have that much health. Chromatic orb. All right.
Can you like step over on top of the
Yeah,
dead
chromatic
body of
chromatic
the-
orb is one of those. So you're good. You're good on that one.
All right. Don't roll bad.
You didn't
That's
roll
right.
bad. All right, got 23. That's definitely a hit. Yep.
3rd level. Let's do. Wow. Thanks, game. 3, 3, 3,
Oh
3, and 2.
God.
Ooh. Cool.
That's 14 fire damage.
On
I'm afraid.
D8?
Twasn't the tree that killed the
Holy
adventurers.
shit.
'Twas bad luck. Okay, well,
Yeah, it was
on the
bad luck.
on the plus side, what's the total?
14.
14. So you actually do 28 fire damage.
Okay. Sweet,
Yeah. So yeah, the tree, like, it's clear the way that it recoils and kind of flails and burns and crisps up, that kind of damage is the right kind of damage. And
The right kind.
yeah,
I'm gonna,
definitely.
like,
So
hide
double
back in my
double
hiding
damage for that.
corner.
Okay.
Can I put wall of fire in the wall of trees?
No, that'll burn brambles.
The answer is yes. Should you? That's not up to me. All right. So Sorvo, that's your turn. You're good?
Yes, thank you.
All right. The remaining, definitely not a banshee, will use corrupting touch
Yeah.
on November.
Yay.
There we
Corrupt
go.
me. I want to be corrupted.
I can impose disadvantage on that.
You're already
Yeah?
corrupted,
Okay.
Blue Jay.
So if you impose
Blue Jay is
disadvantage,
corrupted, yes.
If you put disadvantage on this, it is a 13, which is a miss.
It doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. All right.
Yes.
So that's it for the. It for the.
I'm like, Bryn's like, I'm so sorry I wasn't here, and like shoves her shield in the way. But it's magical
thanks.
shield, so the Banshee's like, whoa.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. Abstraction. November.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to healing word as a bonus action to Sathra because she's in a way. And I'm gonna cast it at a higher level. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, that's all right.
You take 16 plus 8, and everyone else just gets 8, including Lulu.
We'll take 8, which is very nice right now.
Once again, I am not dying.
Good.
And that was a bonus action.
Like some healing word.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I can't cast another spell. I could do a cantrip though.
Got ice claws.
Yeah, I was thinking that because it's the trees right here. So the
Trees take
banshee.
poison damage.
It's acid.
I mean, you can poison a tree. It happens all the time. Just plant
That's a good
some
point.
waste barrels around the base of it, and it'll just die.
You're right. At this point, the banshee is less of a threat than the tree. So I'm gonna try and acid the tree. I'll primal savagery. I get a 1. I don't savagery anyone. I
love our game.
I grow
Timora has left
claws.
the building.
I grow claws, and then I'm just like, "Arr."
You just scratch the tree gently.
November just like grows these claws and then just like scratches her own chin. And,
Ow! Okay, all right.
Don't touch your face. Don't do
That's
it.
right.
All right, first.
Don't touch your face, November. You have acid claws. Everybody
had
imagine you have acid claws and don't touch your face. It's the bad kind of acid. All right.
'Cause
Lulu.
there's a good kind of acid.
I'm obligated not to say any more on the
I
subject.
can think of one.
I love sulfuric acid. All right, Lulu is going to again just continue the glorious symphony of sparkles, and blast that tree one more time. So let's roll. Let's roll for the tree with disadvantage. Constitution save. Here we go. Survey says I got a 1, so it's going to be the full damage.
Nice.
4d8.
Good work, Lulu. Proud of you.
And we got 22 more radiant damage on the tree. Having a bad day? Go out to the park and play a trumpet at a tree. Sathra, it's your turn.
I chop a ghost.
I just want someone to read that meme of the person playing the trumpet, but instead it's a tree.
Yeah, just playing trumpet at the tree. All right, Sathra.
18 damage to
Holy
ghost.
Okay, all right. Ghost to ghost takes 18 damage.
I hit him another time for another 13 damage.
There you go. The ghost is toast.
Oh god.
Good
So
work.
the final swing, you cut through the ghost, and she comes apart, turns into a cloud of mildly annoying vapor, and disappears. All that remains now are 2 very angry trees. Anything else, Sathra?
No, I don't think so. I think that's it for me.
Okay, let me do a real quick check to see if anything happens when you kill the 3 of them. Blood. No.
They explode.
Well, sometimes it's like there's
The
the
forest
main
catches on
bad
fire.
guys, and then if you kill them, the other ones just go away, especially with like constructs or
Can
summons
you
or whatever.
imagine, like, you kill all 3 of them, and then they coalesce into one 3-headed super banshee?
Everything that I said before about what happened, it didn't happen. There's a super banshee now. And you have
Adam, I'm sorry, I'm out.
to...
Brandon just gives up.
I have a player in Court of Swords who Max no longer hypothesizes about anything. He's
Yeah.
so scared that anything he says is going to come true. And when someone is like, what do you think is going to happen? He's like, I don't want to talk about it. All right.
Aw.
So let's see how the trees do.
I'm
Sathra?
sorry, yes, super dryad spirit.
That's right. Sathra, one tree attack for you. I
Bring
get
it
I got a
on.
12.
Triad.
That is a miss.
Okay, and then Bryn, you're still within. Yep, still within range. Slam attack on Bryn. Oh dear. I got a 22. Okay.
I don't like when you say that.
Well,
You
if
hit
I
me.
had advantage, you would have taken 22 damage, but instead you only take 10, right? So
Okay,
you're all
so I
right.
take 10 damage.
Yeah. What's your AC's not?
My AC is 20.
Okay, so yes, you take 10 bludgeoning.
Okay, that hurts. but
Okay.
Not as bad as it did the last time.
Yeah. Bryn, it's your turn.
Well, I got one more smite, so I'm gonna hit the tree and use that.
Smite that tree.
I'm gonna smite that tree because I can't really do a lot of other damage right now. All right, let's smite that tree. I crit.
Hell yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
My last smite on this crit. So I rolled a 1 in there. But I deal 32 damage.
Hot damn.
20 of that is radiant.
Okay.
Yeah, which means
so,
12
bludgeoning. Is bludgeoning.
all right. So minus 20 for the radiant and then minus 6 for the bludgeoning. All right, cool. You continue to attempt to chop down a tree with a mace. It's going great.
I hit it again. This time I don't have any more smites though, so it's just gonna be.
Oh yeah, it's undead. Do you get an extra?
That should already be factored in.
Is it? Okay.
Rolling 3d8.
Just wanted to make sure. Okay,
3d8.
cool. Rock and roll.
Yeah, I have 2 separate ones.
Yeah, your second attack.
I mean, my second attack is gonna be kind of sad because I hit it.
Still a hit.
15?
Oh wait, hold on. No, it's not. You're 1 shy.
That's honestly fine. It was gonna be really sad damage, so it's probably better.
Like, you know what? I don't even want to see it. I don't want to see. I don't care. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Srovo, your turn.
All right, we're gonna gamble with this last 3rd level spell slot. We're gonna gamble.
All right.
I'm gonna try and dispel magic on the tree and see if it stops being alive. And just turns into a tree.
Interesting. Let's take a look.
The amount of times this actually works, it has so far been 0. In every game I've ever played.
Can you post the text for dispel magic in the chat for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Creature, object, or magical effect within range. So hopefully the magical effect that is animating the tree.
So here's the question. What is the DC if there's no spell level?
I think that's up to you.
How powerful is the spell that animates trees?
It's not a spell. That's the thing. Like, so I think it can work, right?
Is the
it does
effect
the ability
based on a spell?
No. The spell, the ability says the undead tree magically animates 1 or 2 trees, so that's fine. You choose 1 creature, object, or magical effect within range, so you can target that thing. Yeah, there's like an adjacent spell. It's awaken animate.
Could you make it the level of the this creature? I guess they don't have level.
Yeah, does the creature have a spellcasting stat?
It doesn't. No, it can't. This is the only non-punching and kicking thing it can do. But yeah, I think there's a spell that's kind of similar. So let's say DC 15.
Okay. DC 15. All right. Dave, don't screw this up. I should have said anything. All right. Roll good.
Yeah.
Game.
It works. You do it. You dispel the effect. The tree is reverted to a normal non-animated tree.
Oh, that's
Can't
so
believe
good.
that worked.
You just saved yourself having to deal another 110 damage.
Sorry, what?
You just saved yourself from having to deal it another 110 damage. It still had 110 hit points, and now it has
I did hear
none.
you. I
It's
just
toast.
didn't believe you.
Yeah. So you cast it, and the tree just hardens back into its normal non-animated form. It's still all scary and weird, but now it's not punching you.
Sathra, that one stopped. Focus on the other stuff.
Sure, why not?
Nice. Good strategizing. All right, November. There's really only 1 enemy left. There's the tree.
Okay, I cast Flame Blade.
Okay.
And I think I can only I can cast it at high level. Oh no, I can only cast it at 4th level.
Is it one of those that only increases every 2 levels?
Yeah. So if I cast it at 4th level, the damage increases by 1d6. No, I'm gonna cast it at
That's not
regular
great
level.
scaling, is it?
So I cast it as a bonus action, and then I attack as an attack action. And if it would roll, I would know what I rolled. But
I think probably the casting thing is not
broken.
set. The macro isn't set for rolling as an attack. So just roll whatever you would normally.
Yeah, roll
do
a
for spells.
shillelagh.
spell casting abilities.
Yeah, it'll be the
Output
same attack
attack.
as a shillelagh. So
Oh, okay. I don't know why. I don't know why the macro's not working. I just dragged it from the compendium, but I don't know.
it's fine. It's not that the macro's not working. It's just there's a. I'll show it to you.
Use
later.
your action to make a melee spell attack with the fiery blade.
Just
Is
you can, like
there-
Dave said, just if you have a macro for shillelagh, do it.
Okay. Oh right, I
It's just
see. I see.
fly a shillelagh.
Fire
17?
lily. Yes, you hit.
Okay. So
Shaflame. There we go.
okay, on a hit, the target takes 3d6 fire damage. Okay. 13 fire damage.
So 26 fire damage. All right, cool. Yeah, so you just carve a big chunk out of the tree with fire, and the bark and the wood below and the blood like immediately just burn and shrivel as you drag the flame blade through it.
Okay.
If trees could scream, it would.
I mean,
Okay, but
that's
if
sad.
a tree screams
That
in a
makes me sad.
forest and all the players die.
If the tree has ears, it can hear itself screaming, but otherwise. Okay, so the tree. There's one more Lulu blast. So Lulu will continue, and I think this one, the first two were loud. This one comes out kind of at the end, like when you let the air out of a balloon. She's just kind of shrivelly, just and just barfs out the last of the.
Just throws up on it.
Yeah, it's mostly spit, honestly. So I'll make one more save for the tree at disadvantage because it's a naughty, evil tree. I get a 24, so it makes the
It's a
save.
naughty tree.
It takes half of this because it still makes the save.
I'm on a roll.
So 15 damage. Pretty good,
That's a shame.
pretty good roll for Lulu. Yeah.
I want to check this.
Okay, there you go.
Nice.
Okay, I think I did that.
Sathra,
right.
it is your turn.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can
there's
get
like-
into
yeah, there's-
melee with this tree.
Well, actually, no, you could, because all
Yeah,
you have to
you
do is
can.
be there around the
Okay.
corner.
Yeah, all right.
Plus, then I can help you. I can protect
This-
you.
5, 10, 20, 25. You're at 25 feet where you're standing, so you do
Yeah,
actually
where
have
I'm
another 5
standing.
if you want to move. But you're adjacent to the tree,
Well,
so.
Yeah, that's all I need to do is be adjacent to the tree. So I'm just gonna start chopping.
Do it.
Huh. 22 rolled a 12 damage.
Almost everyone knows about.
Like
Almost
for-
everybody knows about Dendar in
My
the
more
way of
damage.
being the night serpent, right? The great sleeping snake that will consume the sun. Not a lot of people know about Dendar the night lumberjack. That's the real one. You kill the tree. Congratulations.
Sweet.
Yeah, the first hack into it, and you get splattered with thick red sap. The second swing, you hit something vital inside, and the thing shrivels and recedes. The two trees
Okay.
are dead.
Hopefully that is all that shows up until Red Ruth gets back.
That's
Sorry.
great.
Out of character, there was something that made the trees animate. Do we hear where that might be?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. When you get rid of these two trees and the dryads are gone, whatever force had originally animated the trees, I think it recedes. I think it goes away, right? Because it's not gonna like come rushing in and fight you by itself. So, yeah, I think it's done.
Miffles would see it as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because I still have.
Yeah,
sentry
so Sorovo, I think when you finish with the dryads, you kill off these trees, you watch as outside there is another animated tree, and it's like, pounding away at the walls and stuff. And when those trees die, you see it kind of slowly freeze up, and its arms turn back into branches, and then it freezes. Now, I will say this, because Sorovo, you are in a position to notice it. As the trees over here, as the big tree died, it's the front of its trunk cracks open, and it kind of like barfs out a bunch of blood. But inside that sappy blood, there are a bunch of there's a bunch of bones, and so it's lying. There's this puddle of like goo, tree blood, and bones, laying here
It
in the
had
corner.
stuff in it.
Yeah.
I'm taking it first because I killed this one.
Yeah, you want to take a look?
That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
disgusting.
Inside or this
All right.
is the one outside?
So inside the hollow cavity in its trunk, you find a skeleton, which to you, Sorovo, you immediately recognize it. It is the skeleton of a dead gnome. And it's wearing a witch's hat. It's got a big black pointy hat with a round brim, and clutched in its hand is a wand.
Is that you? Yimball?
Yeah. So there's a dead
I want it. Give me it.
there's a dead gnome witch in the tree.
Zariel has feelings and then immediately goes to looting.
Yeah. Oh no, my
That's how you gotta
lost.
be.
Nah, fuck it. But yeah, there is a moment where it is there's a clear, like if we were shooting this as a cartoon or whatever, there would be a clear shot where it's like you, and then it just looks like your skeleton in the tree. Like the hats are very similar, and it's holding a wand, and Yeah. Sure. Okay. Yeah. So you have a unidentified hat and an unidentified wand, which you can get down to identifying when you have a moment.
Magic stuff.
So Lulu turns to you, Sathra, and says, "We did it. We killed the bad trees."
Yes.
I'm very proud of all of us.
Is Sathra like, and now for the
Sucker blam.
I see that you used all your trumpets during the.
I'm exhausted.
candy like a pinata when you kill him.
Mhm. Except it's all Werther's originals, so like,
Hey,
one or two are good, but a whole pinata full of them.
Too many.
I hope that Red Ruth gets done with her bath soon. I could use one. Covered in tree blood.
Well,
So do you want to
do is wait.
Yeah, do you want to post up and take a short rest?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. During this short rest, so Sorovo, I assume you would like to identify these objects.
Yes.
See, there we go.
All right. Anybody who wants to regain hit points with hit dice, go ahead and roll them.
Yes.
So Sorovo, the objects you have
Get my
discovered,
spirit totem back.
the objects you have discovered, are a hat of disguise. Oh, I just left Roll20. So you find a hat of disguise, and you find a +1 wand of the war mage.
I was just
I
saying
know you were
wanted
that.
one of those.
So what's funny is you mentioned it like last episode, and then I was like, oh, that's funny. Dave's gonna be very excited next episode. Yeah, so you you get this +1 wand of the war mage. You can go ahead and grab those from the compendium, just drag them onto your character sheet. For folks at home who are not familiar with said magic items, let me tell you what they do.
There are folks in this chat who also have
Yeah, right.
no
Same.
fucking idea.
Listen, I was doing that thing where I didn't want to explain it to
Sick
you,
as
so it looks
hell.
like you didn't know what we were talking about. So the Hat of Disguise is an uncommon magic item that requires attunement. While wearing it, you can use an action to cast Disguise Self at will. The spell ends if the hat is removed.
Mm.
And then the +1 wand of the War Mage. While you are holding this wand, you get a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls and ignore half cover when making a spell attack. And those both require attunement. And it looks like a cool witch's hat. So you got that
All
going
right.
on.
My hat is way cooler than this hat, so someone else can already have this hat. But this wand is mine. It's for wizards.
Presumably the hat
I have no use for a wand.
look like anything because it's a hat of disguise.
I changed my mind. It's my hat now.
Right? If you just want to transform it into your own hat, that's fine.
Actually, does anyone like legit want it?
No,
I don't want to
Sweet,
look like
mine.
anyone other than myself.
I don't need to here. Maybe in Baldur's Gate I'd care. But...
Right? Yeah. I was kind of thinking about that. I was like, disguise self is useful, but like down here, no one's gonna be like,
Could you disguise yourself
oh
as
no,
like
a tiefling.
Could you disguise yourself as like a devil or something?
The disguise self spell is pretty limited. You
Yeah, I think it
can.
is.
I only know this because it's Winnegar's favorite spell. You can change your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings to look different. You can be 1 foot shorter or taller. You can be thin, fat, or in between. Can't change your body type, so you must adopt a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. Otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to you. So I guess if you
Ooh.
found
I
if you
could be
found a
Zariel.
devil, Zariel's a lot taller than you.
Yeah.
How tall is Zariel?
She's like 15 feet tall. She's huge.
Why is she that tall?
Because she's a boss.
It's like Dark Souls.
She's a boss.
Everyone's
Yeah.
really big except
She's
you
so
for some
tall.
reason.
Because
time
if it's
you
not
get
huge,
promoted,
how
you
will you
become
know to be intimidated by it? Let me check. Let me see.
There are
How
definitely
tall?
there are definitely like humanoid shaped devils though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see. Archduke Zariel of Avernus.
Could be mini Zariel.
Okay, she's only as big as a horse.
I mean, could be like slightly shorter Zariel. I bet some people would still fall for it.
I don't think
Zariel,
so.
you're a lot shorter than I expected.
I mean, how tall is the average horse? I don't know.
She's a large creature. She's a 10 by 10 cube. So you could turn into, I guess, a small replica of Zariel with no wings.
Yeah, I like it.
Pretend to have folded up wings.
I bet you there's some really dumb demons or devils that would still fall for it.
I suppose.
I bet you.
I mean, I could do it and like then sprout my wings for a minute and like attempt to, you know.
Yeah. Some people would probably fall for that for sure.
We wait for Red Ruth to return.
I'm gonna arcane recovery my 4th level spell slot back.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm allowed to do that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, several hours pass, and then you hear, I think you hear her singing skull necklace. You hear that before you see her. And what's funny is that when Red Ruth comes around the corner, right, when she returns to her sanctum, she doesn't look any different than when she left. It's not like that would be funny if she came back and she like takes off her glasses and she lets her hair down and she shampoo commercials and she's suddenly like super hot, but she's not. She still looks hideous and is already covered in blood.
Yeah, but Adam, it still plays Careless Whisper in the background when she comes back, right?
You're right. She still does that. She still takes her hair down and shakes it back and forth. Everybody gets covered in blood. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So she comes back and she sees you and she says, you didn't burn the place down. I'm very happy to hear that. It looks like everything is the way it was when I left it. Did you run into any trouble while I was gone?
I mean, -1 or 3 dryad spirits. I think everything's
those stupid dryads who are yelling all the time.
Yes. I forgot to warn you about those 3. Did you manage to drive them off?
Forever.
No, we didn't.
So when you say forever, Sosorovo, she grins and rubs her hands together, and she says, Good.
Surely that's worth a little bonus. Maybe one of those potions.
Now the brambles are mine. Thank you. You've done what I could not. Now
Some of them also came to life.
Let me help you. You wanted information to help Ralzala?
That we did, yes.
If you wish to free Ralzala from Zariel's pact, she must drink the blood of a Titan. And Titans are hard to come by around here, but because I like you so much, I think she like pinches Bryn's cheek. Because I like you so much, I'll give you a hint as to where you can find one. Seek out Uldrak. I can show you where the Titan lies if you have a map, but I have to warn you. He's not what he used to be.
As in he's not a Titan anymore, because that seems to just go in there.
She just winks at you.
That's not an answer. I'm Sathra, am I missing something?
Yeah, she's intentionally being difficult.
No, you're not missing anything, Bryn. It's just further bullshit on top of the bullshit we already have to deal with. This is like the 4th or 5th recursive step of this quest. So I'm not really surprised at this point. What's his name? Uldrak? Let's go and kill him and get his blood.
You know, honestly, Sathra, I'm very impressed at how self-aware you seem to be. You've got a pretty good handle on how these things work.
I've been an adventurer for a longer time than you've been conscious.
You know, I feel
like there's like a flashback. We like zoom into Sathra's eyes, and then we see Ishi, and we see all these like previous incarnations.
There's no resurrection in the Forgotten Realms, not in that way, anyway.
Good old reincarnation.
I mean, yeah, there's a spell that you could come back as a different race, right?
That would mean Ishi died, and that's impossible.
Right, that's impossible.
That's impossible.
If a Hydra couldn't do it, nobody.
They are the greatest duelists in history of the Forgotten Realms.
That's how you know it's a lie.
They'll fight Drizzt in one-on-one.
Easy game.
I'd read that fanfic.
Yeah.
So so on your map, let's jump over there, and she will point out, Red Ruth will point out to you where you must go next in this chain of quests. First, you must fetch for me another object. Okay, so you see this big sword down over here?
Big sword, yeah? This one? No, that one. Different.
This big sword.
Oh, it says his grave. Well, that's helpful.
Mm-hmm. So she points it out on the map, and she says, "See, not so far, just past the lava lakes."
Sorry, when you wrote down on the map, it says his grave. Is he dead then?
She says, I think you'll find if you introduce yourself to Uldrak that death doesn't work quite the way it does where you're from.
Oh, good.
Well, unless you want to buy something, time to go. And she starts kind of like hustling you out the door.
Yeah, we don't want to stay here anyway.
I don't think there
For
were
the
any
trees.
potions that we were.
No, I
looking
don't.
for.
Yeah, but you can always come back if you need to, right?
Sure.
She'll still sell you stuff. Okay, so as you leave, outside you see that there's a tree just slightly outside the brambles, big enormous trunk, dead branches, no leaves, and one of the branches is twisted towards the entrance of the bramble, and it looks like this. This is what you see when you come out. But it's dead. It's frozen in place.
Ooh.
So yeah, you emerge from the bone brambles. Your vehicle is there, unscathed. It's got the engine idling, and yeah, what are you gonna do?
We get into the vehicle and we drive to Uldrak's grave.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Yep.
So you've never been here
mm.
before.
No, this is
So
when we
we-
drive
we-
back to the demon zapper and we're like, it's too many steps. It's too many. We don't care about the unicorn. We don't care about the.
I
So,
would like to
I will
point
say this, and I will say this only because it might occur to Sathra. The greatest freedom from your bonds is the freedom of death. So like if you really get fed up or you hit a dead end, you could just go back and kill Ralzala and then kill the unicorn and kill everything in this goddamn plane.
That was my first plan.
It's definitely still on the list.
We can also just go back and do the other side quest at the spawning.
True, yeah, if you
tree.
get sick of this, you could go
No.
down the other path and we
I
could
hate
just...
demons.
I would like to mention that
Yes.
it has in game been narratively several days since we've taken a long rest, and I could use maybe some spell slots. I don't know what's happening at Uldrak's grave, but like,
I could use some too.
so I
So,
feel like we
you
should
wanna-
first try and travel to a safe place to rest, and second go to Uldrak.
Well, if we go to demon zapper, nothing will show up because it'll get zapped. So
That's true. It's it's a fiend zapper,
if
so
we go,
it is a
if we
safe...
go, if we go to the demon zapper, we can rest at the base of the demon zapper.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. All right.
Cool. We've already
So
been there.
there is still a roll. So you start heading. I was gonna say southeast, but I don't know. You start heading
in a direction.
grave wise, but then take a turn and head back in the direction of the demon zapper. And so let me double check what the returning number is.
I think
believe
it's
it's
D8.
eights. Yeah.
There's three.
Those-
There's three
yeah,
tiers.
those.
I'll make a note of it here. So let's see. Resting, telepathy, river Styx. Okay, it's not there.
I love that those things are all like
They're
those are the things
subheadings
that
of
were-
the subchapter I was looking at. Yeah.
Yes, resting telepathy. I understand that lot.
I have resting telepathy. I can't use it on purpose, but it's just there.
Oh man, that'd be really, really uncomfortable,
So rough.
especially if it was like you were around people that you
Oh,
knew
it's using the
and
map.
didn't.
Okay, there it is. Thank you, Ex Machinas. If you are returning to a destination, 2d8. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna post this in chat just so that I remember.
Nicely done.
Okay. All right.
Got it, no
So
problem.
it takes a day, right?
Cool.
Because all travel does. It uses up another. Are you, Seth? Are you keeping
We're
track of?
We're two
Thank
thirds
you.
into this
Okay,
one.
so it uses up one of those. Anyone who's not already evil needs to make a wisdom saving throw. I feel like this is a really like bad paladin trick. You walk in a room, and be like, "Everybody who's evil, raise your hand." Oh shit! Fuck.
I get a 1. I got an 11.
You do add
Interesting.
3 to that.
It's a 14.
It's a saving throw though, so you fail on ones. I think it's
That's
like
not-
attack rolls.
I don't think so anymore. Yeah, I think it's
It's not.
just attacks.
All right.
Yeah, it's one of those weird exceptions. Okay, so let me go back to the original thing.
What's
It's
the
like
DC?
skill checks.
Pervasive evil. No, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
You still got it. So
You
basically,
cannot be corrupted.
I think you are incorruptible. Yeah, I think that your wisdom
Thank
is
you,
high
Bryn.
enough. So November, even without Bryn, you can't. So
I'm just
November is just
incorruptibly good.
too wise to be. Yeah, you don't have to roll anymore.
Oh, what a fucking square.
Are you good or
I changed to neutral good. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's good
I-
now.
I was neutral, but then I kept like saying over and over, like, well, you don't need to be rewarded for deeds. You should just.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, no, I'm good. Like that's
November, literally the only person who went to hell
and
and
got
Became
more.
got
good.
better alignment.
Came back good. Nice.
All right,
Yeah.
so we
Okay.
long rest at the demon zapper, right? That's our plan.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you arrive at the demon zapper, and probably Ralzala, like, unless you call for her, she probably stays dormant, right, protecting the place. And you just like set up a little camp out front and chill out, and you take your rest.
Magic spell.
So, yeah, recover all your hit points, get back your hit dice, do all that business.
Is it half your max rounded up?
Yeah,
Yes.
Bryn, you do need to make one more wisdom save.
That's fair. That's fair.
Mhm.
That's fair. I get
Okay.
21.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. And then I'm gonna.
This paladin aura being on myself, really nice.
It's nice, eh? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like this extra +3.
Okay, so this is the problem with not being able to turn off the engine. God, these machines are so bad for the environment. You can't turn them off. So, Sathra, mark
is there
mark
not a way?
one more like day of
Yep.
yeah,
It's gonna need a new soul coin when we start it back up. But we
Tomorrow,
got 'em,
yeah.
So
yeah.
I
agree.
saw someone saying you could turn it off.
Yeah, I
with a
thought there
bonus
was
action.
a way to turn them off.
I don't think so.
The coin out.
No. Once you feed it, the coin's
It was a
absorbed.
YouTube comment.
Okay, I'll double check, but I don't. If you can, then it means that the soul coin economy is like way less impactful. Yeah, but for now,
It's fine.
I think we'll just stick with it as it is.
Those are nice. That too.
Put a string on the coin.
good.
Yoink.
Yeah, these are pretty good portents.
Oh, here we go.
Pretty much a fail and a success.
Oh, what'd you get?
2 and 16.
Nice.
Do I need to check?
All right. Well, I am back at full health and feeling good about myself.
Yeah, that sounds like somebody just made it up. Yeah, you can turn it off because so I'll read the thing for everybody. So the Infernal War Machine's furnace consumes a soul coin instantly, expending all the remaining charges at once and destroying the coin in the process. Depends on how long, how many charges. If it's still trapped in the furnace when the duration ends, the soul is destroyed. Blah blah blah. Furnace can hold any number of souls, so you could like feed a bunch of coins in it. But I don't see anything about being able to turn it off here. So
Okay.
Ooh,
All
yeah, I
you need
should
to
have
do
the
is find a
incorruptible
I
That's
trusted
in my
you,
name.
random
Sick, doing
person
it.
on the internet. You betrayed me.
yeah, it's like coal. You shovel the souls in, and then they get burned up. You can't take the coal back out in the middle, and it just runs. So
We need
yeah,
to find
the
another
the
vehicle.
problem is that you have to find a spot that's far enough away from the car because the car just screams in pain all day long, all night long, all the time, out to a range of 60 feet. So you have to
Awful.
just like find somewhere else so you can sleep.
Here, one sec. I have to just really quick. My name's longer now.
Oh, good, fantastic. Great,
I
good.
love it.
You're gonna ruin the initiative order. Okay.
More like incorrigible.
Okay. All right. So you get your long rest. It is not interrupted. I think probably like to your point, the Demon Zapper was a great choice because there are creatures like fiends or devils that demons that come to the edge of the Zapper because they hear the sound of the vehicle or they're drawn here for whatever reason and then get blasted. So a few times
Debated.
yeah, right. A few times over the course of your long rest, you just hear like as the unicorn bubble blasts a random fiend and turns it into dust.
You know, that noise is really making it easier to sleep.
Yeah.
I should get one of those for my house.
Right. So if you want to build like a tiny soul engine, you just put the coin in, it plays ambient screaming.
Just go into the Underdark after this, farm up a bunch of drow and
Lo-fi hellish screams to study and relax to.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
perfect.
It makes me think of a TV show I was watching. I mean, you know, it doesn't matter.
All right. So you get your long rest and now you're ready to head out to Uldrek's grave.
Yes.
Okay.
So
All right.
now
Onwards,
it's
to the
2d4.
grave.
So this time you have not been there before, so it is 2d4. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't accidentally end up somewhere else.
Damn, we've had like 0 entanglements up to this
Yeah,
point.
you've been lucky for sure.
We might finish the adventure.
What are you talking about? Nobody finishes adventures. So you arrive at the next step in the Path of Devils. So when you arrive, the cracked helm and sword of a Titan lies half buried in the ash of Avernus. A spherical stone set into the sword's pommel still gleams with scarlet radiance.
Give me the sword. Give me the sword. Give me the sword.
I believe it's too big for you to wield. Because a Titan, how big are they? Horse size?
Colossal.
Bigger than horse size?
I can turn a magic item into my packed weapon, assuming that I can.
This sword is sized for a creature who is huge. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, size for a creature is huge.
That's probably a bit
That's
weird.
not really that big.
Like 15
Like
feet,
for a
right?
Titan, I expect them to be bigger.
It's
Yeah.
D&D. It's D&D. These
Alright.
things like this, the fucking car only goes like 100 feet per 6 seconds.
Look,
even though
what we do is we unattach the wrecking ball and we hook on Gigantor's sword.
Oh, baby.
I call it a wrecking sword.
Hold on. This has got a big orb in it. So
It does
is
have a
that
big orb.
materia? Can I take it?
I mean,
slot it
it's
into my gloves.
Yeah, it's a Marlboro though, so you die of lung cancer. So so there's a sword and a helmet, and this is what you see. You just see this like these mounds of ash, and then this big sword and this helmet kind of sitting next to each other in the ash.
Red Ruth said something about appealing to or meeting or saying something to Uldrak. Yes.
she did imply that as opposed to this ash, that there might still be blood left to get.
Uldrak! Yell it out into this graveyard. Show yourself!
Does anyone in the party?
That's one way to do it.
That's great. Yeah. Does anybody in the party speak giant?
No.
No.
I can.
There is a shout in giant from inside the helmet, but it's not like a big booming, like you normally when you hear giant, it's like like rumbling and low, but this is like kind of high pitched and like sort of like tinny, and it echoes from the inside of the helmet, but no one understands what it says. But I feel like you don't need to speak giant to know what fuck off sounds like.
I speak primordial.
That is
Why
a
do I
different
speak?
language.
Hold on.
Hey, does anybody in the group speak French? Blue Jay's like, I speak German. Thank you.
Well, I'm just
They're
saying that
both like, it's fine, but no.
I'm just saying I've never used it, and I don't know why I have it.
So Sorvo starts
good language.
molding a little shape,
Okay.
turns it into a pyramid. Oh, it's a ziggurat, so it's got tiered levels. And then eats
Oh no, don't make it inverse.
So Sorovo
I cast
slowly
tongues.
turns the ziggurat over. Okay, all right. So I assume you're using it on yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that you just ate an entire clay ziggurat. Gross. You get clay in
It's
your
only
teeth.
little. It's
Yeah,
only
still.
little.
Okay.
Chewing gum.
All right. So you do that, and now you can hear. But there's no more. Like it wasn't the beginning of a sentence. The whole sentence was "get out of here," basically. But now you can speak.
Uldrak.
So it was from within the helmet. Can we approach the helm?
No, I'm talking to him. Look, I just cast a 3rd level spell. Let me try and do the thing first.
Okay.
Uldrak, we have come here on behalf of someone to do something else, to help someone else out. And we're really hoping that you could just hear us out for a second. In giant.
Can you make a persuade check, please? And do it with advantage,
Oh, baby.
because Uldrak has not heard giant in a long time.
Still gonna roll bad.
Probably.
I didn't roll
Not
bad.
at all. You got a 20. Nice. Okay. So imagine we're looking at the helm. It's all full of shadows, right? You can't see what's inside. So the soundtrack here would be like low, like timpani drums, probably like some like bass, like some low notes on a cello, like very ominous, kind of like the sound of like a giant's footsteps, right? And then out into the light, you see a tiny, scrawny, winged creature, this hideous little gnarled creature. He comes out like walking on his claws. You've seen these things before. It's a spine devil. So I'll show everybody the art again so we can see it. But yeah, a little purple guy. I mean, we saw these in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, we've
Right.
seen him.
That's what Red Ruth meant.
So you see one of these things, and he comes out. He doesn't have a weapon with him.
Oh,
And
we
he
have to untransform him, and then
he comes out and he looks up at you, so he squints and he says, I haven't heard giant in forever.
Of course he sounds like that.
Who are you?
Is this in common then? Or
No,
is
he
still
speaks
ginger?
giant. Yeah. Can't you tell by his outrageous accent?
I don't know. You speak in an accent even when you do different languages. That's how that works.
That is how it works. Yep.
Oh, I've not spoken this language ever.
He snarls and he says, you sound foolish. Your giant is terrible, even with magic. What do you and your friends want?
And I say to everybody else, just quickly as an aside, I was like, persuading someone to give us some of their blood is actually...
I'm not sure that it would work. He's not a giant or a titan. He's
So
not a
you say that in common?
yeah.
Well, November says that. He's not a titan or whatever. And
Yeah.
the spine devil looks at you and he says, the hell I'm not. I mean,
in common or in
in common. Yep.
oh
He says, the hell I'm not. Take a good look at me. I look like a devil, but I promise you on the inside, I'm still the Empyrean I was before.
I'm not sure that's how magic works, but okay.
And he hisses at you and his wings kind of like flutter like a Dilophosaurus.
That's actually very convenient because we need the blood of a titan. And if you give us some, we won't have to kill you to get it. So,
What do you need blood of a titan for?
to dispel a magical agreement between a Dao and Zariel and just generally get revenge upon the lady who floats above in her Star Destroyer.
Sorry, what now? I've never heard of that.
I mean, if it weren't
Makes
already
sense.
a thing, Zariel would probably be like, "That's a great name for that. I'm going to use that." Cool. This is my Star Destroyer. So, he shakes his head and he says, "I don't care anything about Zariel." And he turns around and he goes back in the helmet, like, "Bah, get away from me."
What do you care about? Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be another step to this quest. So why don't you just tell me now?
He wants us to turn him back into a big boy.
And when you say that, and he turns around as he's entering the shadows and he says, "You do that in exchange
Yeah.
for some blood?" Because
I'm a wizard. I can do anything.
he squints and he's like, "You're not a dwarf, are you?"
No.
He shakes his head. "My eyes aren't what they used to be. Literally.
Oh.
I do hate dwarfs." But
Yeah, me too.
he nods, and he comes over and he puts his little spine devil arm around you. And he's like, "I like you. Come inside and have a drink."
Thanks.
Yeah.
As you wait outside. Friends time.
Okay. Bryn just stands there.
Sure.
Does he mean
You
that
can come in really, probably. Can my friends come?
And he says,
Saphra's pretty chill. The others...
he says, he looks at you, Sathra, and he says, yeah, so while he's speaking, imagine that every few sentences he'll like slip in a word in giant, but for the most part, he's capable of speaking common.
Mm-hmm.
So he says to you, Sathra, he says, "You smell like a serpent. What do you know about the world tree? Are you hungry? Eat up the whole earth? Can I trust you, snake woman?"
I've never
Well,
seen your unhinged jaw before.
Well, I do serve a deity whose eventual goal is to consume the sun. So,
And he opens his
Yes.
eyes a little bit, and then you say consume the sun, and he says, "I don't understand. Do you serve the Fenris wolf or the great serpent?"
well, my sun consumer is a great serpent. So,
No. She loves wolves.
Hey.
Arf?
He like looks around. He's like, "You're all very confusing. But I haven't had visitors in a while. You can all come inside. I'll make tea."
So
Okay.
we're just gonna go inside the helmet and
Yeah, let's do
hang out.
Ixnay on the Ixnay.
So you come inside, and inside of the helmet, the walls are covered in tally marks, like scratches. So four in a line. It's just all over the inside of the helmet. And then there's a pit. He's dug a pit in the ash and put some stones around it. And there's a big fire burning in the middle of it. So it's very, very hot in here. Ooh. And then over this incredibly hot fire, there is a blackened like teapot hanging on a hook. And he walks over and he picks it up. He's like, like puts it down and goes over and picks up a skin and pours some water into it and gets some cups off of a little shelf. And he's got this kind of like little house inside the helmet.
So, before you were transformed, like, was your head this big?
And he nods. He says, "It was."
Oh boy.
I used to be a mighty warrior in service to Surtur. May he be praised. May everything burn in his name. I came down to this shithole to fight with Tiamat. For glory, you see, but it didn't go so good. And now I am, as you see me, stuck in this terrible form with these shitty little wings.
Who turned you into it?
And he turns to you and he says, "Why, Tiamat herself. When I couldn't best her, she cursed me. I would have sooner died."
I'm just thinking if I'm going to have to dispel this, that's probably pretty high DC. Don't worry, just wizard things.
I had just thought that you died and, the regular hell stuff happened. And
he shakes his head and he says, "I wish. Had I died in this place, I would have been returned to Surtur's graces." I can help you with
this.
And he says, "Hey, you'd think that would help. But stay your blade, woman. You kill me now, I'll just come back again."
So how long has this been an issue for you, this being the spine devil coming back again?
He gestures at the interior of the helmet. "I lost track when I ran out of room."
Obviously, you've tried to transform yourself before, right?
Oh, no, I hadn't thought of that. Let me try right now. Nope.
I'm just meaning if we were to help you.
Let me try again. No, it still is not working.
Don't insult the man's intelligence.
I just wanted to know what he's tried before and like what he might suggest we try.
He's
certainly
not had
he's
the
capable.
help of a great sage like me before.
And he gestures and he says, "Listen to him. The dwarf knows what's what. I mean,
I'm not dwarf.
Whatever you are. I've never met. Well, you're all unfamiliar to me."
Actually, she is pretty good at her own kind of magic. It's kind of weird, but it's pretty legit. So it is a good question now that I think about it.
And so as Uldrak is making the tea, he turns to Sathra and he says, "You were right in thinking we might be able to help one another. You need my blood and I need to regain my true form."
How did I guess?
And he makes what passes for a smile, right? It's like his mouth kind of opens and he shows you all his teeth. And he says, "I've been formulating a plan. Had plenty of time to think. And I'm pretty sure that you could go and you could make a deal for me."
You want a deal made for you. Why don't you just make a deal?
He shakes his head and he says, "I'm not exactly in a position to do so, but maybe you can help me."
See, the problem with deals, and I know this from experience, is that they require a certain degree of leverage, as in we have to have something that the dealer wants. And if we're making a deal with Tiamat, then...
But you do, or you will. I can give it to you. You saw, I'm sure, the orb, the end of my sword.
I did.
That gem of mine is an old orb of dragon kind. I think if you'd be willing, you could go and you could speak to one of the worshippers of Tiamat and trade the orb for just a bit of Tiamat's blood. It's all I need. If I can spill just a drop of it, I could be restored. And then I could get out of here. Never come back.
All right. So, we take the orb. We go trade it to Tiamat's servant. We bring you some of Tiamat's blood, and then you give us some of your blood. Yes?
Blood for blood. Absolutely.
Sounds fair enough. This is all assuming that if I don't just cut you down now and take the blood that's in your little spiny body, that you coming back wouldn't change that, right?
He shakes his head and he says,
I don't think it's
spill my blood all you like, but if it's Titan's blood you need, you'll find none in me.
It's what I thought. I just thought, checking the...
I wonder.
Yes.
You know, going
What's up?
around threatening everybody with death really just shows how low your self-esteem is.
No, for Sathra, I don't
Didn't you come down here seeking to challenge a gigantic dragon and lose? So far, I'm alive and uncursed. So let's talk
Fight a
about
dragon,
who's
man.
doing the right thing.
Give it time.
Bryn like pulls Sosa over to the side slightly. Do you think this would count? Like, could we get, if it breaks the deal that Ralzala's made with Zariel, would it break the deal that I guess I made while I was dying with Bell? Bell?
Well, didn't Ralzara, blah blah blah. Didn't she say that she used to be buds with Bell?
Yeah, that's true.
Bell.
His name is Bell.
So there is a ball and there is a bell, but they're not the
Ball
same
and
person.
Bell are very different.
Yeah. What's up, Ball? I am Bell. I'm Hudson. He's Hicks.
All right. So
Maybe the same principle.
So that-
I don't know. How are you going to get his blood?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we had 2 amounts of Titan, like, right, some for me, some for Ralzala.
What is it that Bell asked you to do anyway?
Find some adamantium rods that were stolen from his forge.
Is it adamantium or adamantine? Different things have different ones.
I think there's just the one.
Well, I mean,
Which one is it in
that's
this
not
game?
I think it's
copyrighted by
it's adamantine in this game because Wolverine's skeleton is made out of copyright infringement
Fake
material.
metal.
So I don't think you're allowed to call it that.
So, just spitballing here, but Ralzala said that Bell used to be a bigger deal down here when Zariel wasn't around,
Yeah.
and that
The org chart has been shifted.
and that they would probably like to see Zariel taken down a peg.
I'm
So
sure.
I feel like if we do, like, even though I don't want your immortal soul on the line or whatever it is, I don't know about your deal, but if we do with something for Bell, then he might be a
Accept
useful
that.
ally.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad point, especially since there's no way the 4 of us can deal with that thing right now.
What was it that you called it, Sathra? A Star Destroyer? That's a cool name.
Sick.
I really hope she doesn't destroy stars there, because that would throw off like my whole deal.
Also,
feel like
Right. See you
Dendar
later,
wouldn't be very-
Aldebaran.
if she were destroying stars, she'd be stealing Dendar's thing, and
Yeah.
Yeah. So both of you
Oh.
have an excellent reason to take down.
Personal stakes. I
Technically,
understand.
even Star Destroyers don't destroy stars, so just really a terrible name all
planets.
around.
I mean, have we seen one of them try?
But
Yes.
Death Stars do. No, they
No,
don't.
they blow up planets. I don't
blow up
think.
planets.
No, there
No,
was
it
the
doesn't-
Sun
the
Killer.
First
You know
Order's
what?
what-
We need to
yes.
stop right now before this becomes a long conversation about Star Wars.
Please don't.
So we're gonna
please.
cut it off right here.
Please do not start this conversation. I will go too far.
So yeah, so you all have tea with this former giant, and if you agree, he clambers up on top of the sword and he gets the orb down and he brings it down, and I think he trusts Osorovo, so he offers it to you if you agree to go on this mission for him.
Is
Yeah.
there a reason why you haven't tried to do this?
He gestures and he says, "Look at me. I'm tiny now. They would just stomp me into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You all look plenty tough. So
just to satiate my own, because I know he'll be immune to dispel magic, but during the time that we're having tea, could I ritual cast Identify and somehow find out that it's immune to just using a 3rd level spell to fix the problem?
yeah, you definitely can't dispel it. Yeah, I mean, it's a divine curse, right? Like, no dispel magic spell cast by a mortal will ever be able to do anything because Tiamat's a god, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's beyond the DC like ability to. Yeah, you're out.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll take this. What does it do? Orb of Dragonkind?
That's a great question. Let me take a look in the compendium because it does have.
Because I could identify that as well, just in case we can use it somehow to gain leverage.
Yeah,
over
totally.
the dudes.
So, the Orb of Jesus Christ. It's just a lot of text. Ages past on the world of Kryn, yada yada yada. Legend of High Sorcerer.
Kryn?
Yep,
Kryn?
that's where it came from. Yada yada yada.
It's from Kryn?
Essence of an
What?
evil dragon. Yeah, if you stare at it long enough, an annoying dude with yellow eyes stares back at you and is like, "Ugh." So you can attune to it. You can peer into the orb's depths and speak its command word. Make a charisma check. You can control the orb as long as you remain attuned to it. If you fail, the orb takes control of you. It contains a dragon essence that wants what Takesis wants. Takesis is Tiamat's name on Kryn. And it has a bunch of random properties. It's like straight up a magical artifact. You can summon dragons with it. Yeah.
Why would we want to give this to... Oh, that's a big
Because
ass.
we have to progress the quest. And
No, but
I
like,
mean,
here's the thing.
if
If
you
you know
keep
that it can
it-
do all this and then you give it to
Yeah,
a
but
servant
it's-
of Tiamat,
It's very, very dangerous to have it, right? Because it's a
Yeah.
corrupting intelligent magic item possessed by the spirit of a powerful dragon that is a direct servant of Tiamat.
well,
okay, but
also,
we could just
if
eat
you've
it
got
into the
it,
lava.
if you've got it, Tiamat would be like, please hand that over.
I'm just saying-
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just saying we could throw it into the fires of Mount Doom.
But why do that when
As
we can get something for it for
That's
nothing?
right. Exactly.
I mean, I get that we have
I'm
to
good-
do it. I get that we have to do it for the adventure, but like, why in anyone's right mind would you hand off an item like this into the hands of a Tiamat? Like,
Lesser evil.
For
why?
my response is for value rather than
Yeah.
for nothing.
Right. Personal value. There's lots of reasons, right? Like, Tiamat is the lesser of the various evils around here, right? Tiamat's kind of like a side thing. But yeah, I mean, it may not even be able to be destroyed that way. It's an artifact, right?
Just seems
It's
like
like
a pretty intense artifact, knowing what I know of dragons, which is
I mean,
not a
so
lot,
was the
but
Ring
they're,
of
like,
Winter,
scary.
but we realized that was a bad idea.
Ring of Winter would have been a good keep. Should have kept it.
Yeah. So the former giant, Uldrak, gently places it in your hands and says, like, seriously to you, though it's a little hard to take him serious because he's, a tiny weird demon. He hands it to you and he says, "Be very, very careful with that. The power inside is very dangerous."
Yeah, it's kind of making me feel sick just touching it. It's so, it's just,
Stare not too long into its surface, or you will begin to hear things. I learned that the hard way.
Oh, you got to
Oh,
keep
I've
it
already done
covered, or else the big eyeball.
So he says, let me show you where you should go on your map. And he gestures.
Right.
So let's take a quick look.
You got to keep the planter covered, everybody.
All the way up here in the
Don't
top,
keep your planters uncovered.
all the way up in the top left corner. He points out a tower.
Um,
And he
that
says,
name doesn't seem significant.
he says, yeah, what a nobody. He says to you, he points at the map, and he says, "There's where you'll want to go. Arkan's tower. He's a servant of Tiamat and should be able to trade for some of her blood. I've heard he carries it with him, in fact, a sort of blessing from his dragon queen. So seek out Arkan, make the trade, return here, and if you can restore me to Surtur's glory, I'll give you all the blood you need. I'll bathe you in it if you like."
he's not going to be transformed into something where he doesn't have access to his own blood. This is like the end of the.
I mean, it's not his blood; it's Tiamat. So
There's a lot of blood involved.
But he's lost it, or something. Or
we can't know. We can't know till we get there. Honestly.
Yeah.
that's a good
To Arkan's Tower!
Yeah. Sathra's already mounted. Like, I'm going in the engine. Let's go. Sathra is dad. Sathra is dad in the driveway, already in the truck, just like beep beep beep. Come on, beep, beep, beep. Come on. We gotta beat the traffic. Beep beep beep. We're not going to Arkan's Tower if you kids don't get in here.
Why does it always take you so long to get your shoes on?
I will turn this truck around. We will go right back to Winnipeg. All right. So if you set off for Arkan's Tower, I think that's what we'll end the bit on. We'll take our little break here as you rumble off across the wastes, and we'll start when we come back. We'll start on making a roll to see if you get lost on the way. So
Alrighty.
stick around. We'll be right back.